So we have a new Game of Thrones game. It's called Game of Thrones King's Road, and it is currently in early access on Steam. Now, it's been a long time since we had a Game of Thrones game. In fact, the weirdest thing for me is that it's this huge IP, and I don't know what it is with big IPs like this and Lord of the Rings and stuff, although there's a couple of good ones, but we just don't get good games. We just do not get good games. But this one is coming out. It's from Netmarble, and that is the first stumbling block. It's the first hurdle we have to jump over when we start talking about the game. Because lo and behold, this is a mobile game. I don't believe it's out for mobile just yet, but I am no stranger to actual mobile games. So coming into this, I had open eyes, but also at the same time, massive trepidation that this game was going to absolutely suck. Because any Game of Thrones game that I have ever played has been terrible. Unless it's a modded version on like Mount and Blade or Crusader Kings, you know, unless it's kind of a modded version, they suck. They genuinely suck. Game of Thrones games have been absolutely horrendous. You can't name me one good one because there hasn't been. But the big question is this one of them? And should you get it? And now I played a little over, I think like 14 or 15 hours. I've played a fair amount of the game at this stage. So I'm going to give my opinion. And hopefully that said opinion will help you make your decision. Now, I'm not going to overload you with information. Yes, I had low expectations going into this one because it was a mobile game. But I also quite like mobile games. I play a lot of Honkai Star Rail, so I kind of knew what I was getting. If you are just an RPG enthusiast, which this is an RPG, you might not like the mobile elements, but we'll go through them as we touch on in the video. Now, the first thing we should know, again, this is in early access. How long this game is in early access for, I'm not sure. It says 4 weeks. You tell me. But as things stand, it's still in early access. And I believe, though, the mobile game, again, I'm not sure about this information, so don't flame me. I think the mobile game is due out in April, like the 20th or something. Something around that time, because I've looked at the mobile version because I wanted to take a look at that one as well. So I think this game is going to be out then. Now, there's one thing I would say if you do end up liking this game, because mobile games are a little bit MMO-y, and this has, in my opinion, MMO elements to it. There's an end game, there's a grind and stuff, there's systems in place. As long as this game does well on mobile, it will most likely continue to do well on PC. That tends to be the case because as long as the company's making their money. But who knows? This game could flop massively, but that is usually how this works. Also, there is some kind of connection with Warner Brothers and this game. What that is, I don't actually know, but when you load up the game, you're going to be met by this. You're instantly, if you've ever played a mobile game on PC, you're gonna get it. You're gonna get it very quickly. But basically, you'll load up the game and then you choose between 3 characters. You have the Sellsword, the Knight, and the Assassin. So far, I've only done Sellsword. I am level 12. I mean, granted, I'm only level 12, and I played for about 14 hours. So the game does have a particular grind. But one of the coolest elements about this game is when you start it up, you're going to instantly be thrown into the action. When I started the game out, you do a little bit of an intro. You basically, you know, you're the Jon Snow of your world. You're a bastard. Or should I say, you're a bastard. But you belong to House Tyre. Your dad's dying. Basically, he sends you on a mission. You go to the wall. You're going to see so many awesome places. If you're just a Game of Thrones fan, this might be worthwhile just to see the places. I geeked out just a little bit too much the first time that I got to go to Winterfell. Now, granted, this is set around the time after the Red Wedding, and it's occupied by the Boltons. But I still had a good time. I got to meet Ramsay. I got to meet Lord Bolton. I've met Jon Snow at this stage of the game. And yes, it's not voiced by Kit Harington, and that is evidently apparent.
Come, there's a pass around the mountain.
But it's not bad. If you're being picky and pedantic, yes, you can be like, yeah, it's not my Jon Snow. I don't fucking like him. It's not my Jon Snow. But it's not bad. I'm just going to throw that one out there. I didn't think it was that bad. You're going to do the intro, and then you're going to be set out into the land. And before anybody says anything, I am so well aware that I accidentally made Kratos. This was not my plan. I thought I was going to be a guy. He's seen a lot of bad in the world. He's seen a lot of strife. There's been a lot of issues. You know, you pick a background, and my background was, you know, I'm a warrior. And yeah, I ended up building Kratos. But The main thing about this is keyboard or mouse or controller, completely up to you. I've been using a mixture of both, which is weird. But you're going to have this huge map. Now, let me just zoom out. This is all that I have seen so far. But you're going to start up here at Castle Black in the north. Renan's Rest is where you are from and where you actually have an estate that you look after. But we'll leave that for a minute. But I just want you to understand the sheer scale of the map all the way through the Stormlands, down the Reach, and to Dawn. That's right, there might be Dornish people in this. So instantly, you can understand the scope. Now, how full this map is at this stage, I don't actually know. I'm pretty sure if we do... What button is it now? If I do this, I can go through the different places, and I'm pretty sure this is... Highgarden is the furthest that we've got so far in terms of places that you could go. I'm nowhere near the power score to even look at Highgarden. But I imagine this is just going to be something that's added over and over again, and there'll be a general continuation. I think this game, if it does moderately well, has legs. And this game will continuously be updated and have stuff added to it. But I do worry, because if you've ever played a mobile game, they're usually quite heavily cash grabs, and they're going to want your money. And I'm not sure at this stage how they're trying to get our money. I know I said that like that they're out to get us, but genuinely, mobile games usually, to some degree, are trying to get your money. And that's when it pays really to start seeing the mobile side of this game. And a battle pass, which is normal in most games, but this battle pass just looks very much like Honkai Star Rail. So, you know, you kind of get that. You have the guidebook here that's going to be missions. You've got daily missions here that you're going to be able to do, as well as weekly missions. I can claim all of these and get myself some goodies. The goodies, obviously, are important. If I go back here, you have different currency. You have gold, and you have the copper. The copper is basically what you use in-game. It's your in-game currency. The gold, not so much. It is it's where we take a moment to look at the shop. Now, in reading, though, the devs are saying that it will be cosmetic stuff, things of that nature, and battle pass that doesn't actually give you any kind of major advantage to someone who is paying or not paying. Now, I don't know if this game's going to go free. I paid. I'm not a founder. I'm a founder, people. But I paid, obviously, for this convenience so that I could make this video. And general intrigue, there is a subscription model. And with the subscription model, again, a lot of this is just going to be cosmetic game. But it does increase your RP. And that's really where we get into the mobile side of this game. You've seen a lot of mobile games, they'll have a stamina system. This is something designed to slow the player down or to generate finances, to generate funds, to create money. So you're either slowing the player down so they play less, which is a great narrative to tell people, but you're also asking the player to spend money in order to regain this stamina to do activity. And although I've had a lot of fun to this point going around the world and seeing all these locations and doing the main missions, I've now for the first time found myself in a position where, as you can see here on the left, the required momentum for this mission is 11,680 and I have 10,865. Now, think of the momentum as your power level. You know, you're going to grind, you're going to get gear, you're going to get equipment that makes you better, and you're going to improve through that. And that's going to give you a momentum. There's far more layers to this, and there's far more depth that we could go into, but this is surface level on whether you want to play this game, right? So the equipment is cool, is important, you know, because of your momentum, as well as other stuff like your artifact, which is the Lord Commander's cloak for me. And you're going to improve that, and that's going to give you so much momentum as you advance it and improve it, as well as house sigils. So you can already see there's actually quite a lot of depth in these systems straight away. But again, this is probably the mobile side of this, and where it's like, do you want to spend money? Do you want to spend money? Should you spend money? Now, I'm going to do this mission, and we'll probably still be able to successfully do it, even though it's 11,680. We're going to try that in a minute, just to kind of show you guys where it's at. But now, like I said, you have RP. RP is the stamina system. You have 140, and I don't know how this regenerates, but I'm guessing it's full every day, right? So if I leave this, I'll end up with another 140 by the next day. Now, I've learned already that a lot of the activities you do don't use too much RP up, but say this activity right here would be a good one, because for first clearance, I'm going to get a ring. I don't have any rings yet, and I'm trying to build up my momentum, right? So that I can do this one mission. It would cost me 10 RP. Now, I didn't have enough to do this about an hour ago before I started doing the video. So, again, RP comes back pretty quick by the look of it, but you can see if I wanted to recharge it, it would cost me 4 gold just for 30 RP. Now, you can see I have 340 gold because this is not an easy currency to obtain. It's just not. And now this is where it becomes this... Is this a gacha game kind of mindset? I'm probably going to go through that separately, but there's a couple of ways to do this, right? This instantly drives you back into the subscription model, because with a subscription, you do get 3,000 of that gold, which that's a lot. That's a lot of that gold. You also get the advantage of 30 RP, and it also gives you these inventory slots. So I'm actually going to say if I paid for the game, right? So say you didn't pay for the game, this would be really beneficial, because there's one thing about your inventory that is the biggest stumbling block at the start. You have 35. The amount of time that you are full on this inventory right here, you can see the 35 at the bottom. I know my big head's in the way, but the amount of times you're full with that is insane. So that really then does open up this monthly subscription as, okay, this is a good subscription. Now, if I look at it, it is, for a month, it's £10. So if you didn't pay for this game and you're going to play it for a month, it's £10. But really, to get that 3,000, you have to buy it for 3 months. So, you know, it really does start giving you the issue of, oh, we're only going to sell skins and stuff. Is that actually true? So we've already got gold here that you want to purchase in order to give you RP to do stuff that you want to do around the world. And you also have to buy these iron bank marks. So for 80 plus 14, let's just say for 80, because that's a first time bonus, you're not going to actually be able to get that much gold. Now, it does say that you can only get it one time per account. Again, I don't know how long this will last. When the game comes out, will this change? Will it only be one time? Is it the first time bonus that's only one time? I don't know. For science, I'm going to purchase it. Just for science, so you guys know, we purchased the gold, and there we go. So it's just the one time. So if you want to continuously go and get more gold, you have to spend this. And it's your gold you need to spend for more RP, obviously. Now, we've actually gone up in the time, but if I did 40 gold, it would improve. I would be able to get to the momentum level in order to do this mission right here. Now, again, these are all systems that might bother you, might not. So that's really going to depend where you sit on that. I, again, play quite a few mobile games, so these systems don't actually really bother me that much. And sometimes I like to play a mobile game and do it free to play and see the challenge and kind of do it that way. They're not saying you have to spend your money, but they're definitely pushing you in a narrative where you should spend your money. I will admit that this one is, there's no wish system, so this one is nowhere near as harsh as some of the more Asian JRPG kind of gacha games. But it probably does sit on the border, really, in my eyes, just because of that stamina system. Now, when it comes to skills, this was a little bit frustrating to me. It looks like it's just purely class-based, and as you level up, you're going to unlock different skills. You get skill books in order to improve these skills. There is not that much depth here with this, to be honest with you. I'm going to unlock all these skills, probably to what is the best one. And then you're going to build your build with a mixture of 3 of these skills. Again, it's probably 3 of these skills because of the mobile side of things. But yeah, a little bit of a shame, if I'm being honest with you. Now, this actually is quite good. This is your combos. So the game works off combos. We'll see them. But there is definitely more depth here in how you can level up the combos, what you're using the most. Like this strike combo that I use right here is the combo that I use the most, which basically is X, Y, Y. And then I can go in and improve it again here. I can level this up. This gives me a lot more immunity so that I'm not going to die as much, but it also shocks for 10 seconds. Let's level that up one more with the books that I've got. You're going to get blue books. Yeah, I'm going to say blue books for these skills. And there's loads of them. Them sneak, mighty strike, stuff like that. And then you get the yellow books here, or the orange books, whichever we want to call it, for these skills. But that's not it. we have a trait tree as well. Now, so far, I don't know. I don't actually know what the level cap is. But if we look at the trait tree, this is how it looks. This is the depth you're kind of going to have. You're going to be able to level these individual things up. I'm assuming you get a lot of skill points because I've spread myself quite thin and then decided, right, I'm going all in attack. I want to do as much damage as possible. I'll roll out of the way if need be. But I am still, even with 14 points in attack, not even beyond the start of the second row. So I'm nowhere near any of these. So, yeah, I would say that it looks like there's going to be a lot of depth, but here at level 12, I don't know what depth there's going to be. 12 to 14 hours in, I'm not sure, but the trait trees they're pretty big. They're pretty beefy, and I think when you start getting down to some of these ones down lower on, you're going to see like drastic changes in your character. I've already noticed a lot more damage since I really started focusing down the attack line, but that'll be heavily dependent on how you want to do it. I would definitely recommend, though, any kind of, I think it's this, rage gain is going to be important. So rage gain is the yellow bar here on the bottom left that I can go up to 215 right now under my health, and that allows me to do my skills. Without the rage, which doesn't just grow manually, you only get rage from fighting, from killing people. So it does add a huge difference. But now we're going to get into this battle. We're going to do this mission. And so I can show off the combat. And let's see if I can actually win this fight. Now again, I'm supposed to be underpowered for this said mission. And I'm feeling it already. I've got a friend with me. And I'm going to come here and I'm going to try and pick off these guys. But the big guy, well, he had different ideas. So now I can use a skill. I could do that kick there. But again, I'm already seeing that this is going to take a little bit of a smart movement here. Because I can just tell that these guys are way above my pay grade. And where I am at right now. Let's hit that charge. I don't know what the weird red glare is. But their hits, well, they hurt. I'm going to keep doing this combo and moving out the way. So basically, a lot of this game, when you're fighting levels that are better than you, you want to move away and then use your combo that is good for you. This is the Mighty Strike. It does a lot of damage and will not kill that basic unit. Okay, so normally that would kill most. But distance control is actually really important in this game. I'm telling you right now, if you can move back like this and start your combo further back, if you're struggling with combos, you're going to get a bit more success because you're not going to get hit as much. Like, I can start it further back and then end up with the Mighty Strike. Now, again, as I expected, I am good enough to... okay. I am good enough in order to do this mission. I am not struggling. Now, big damage. Big damage. There we go. That's my big damage attack. I want to Mighty Strike this guy, though, while he's on the ground. That's right. Kick him in the face and slap him with my axe. But, yeah. So this is the combinations. Now, you might not like this. I quite like combo games like this. I'm not going to lie. I quite like the combat. And it's not easy. I'm going to tell you this now. Genuinely, it's not easy. Okay. This guy's absolutely spammed out. No? Okay. What? Okay. He's loaded back in, people. It is all okay. Now, I have big damage to do again. And then I have my secondary. No, I don't. Okay. So now I'm hoping Sir Meal is going to help me because I can't take many of them. Now, he's close to a Mighty Strike. There we go. You see the yellow bar below him? When that gets to a certain point, I can Mighty Strike him. But this guy is he's gonna be a form. Oh god, that is pain. That is pain. Ah, see? So this guy is my real problem. I have to beat this. I have to beat this. Right, I have him on his own. I'm gonna do this. I'm gonna do this. And I'm gonna just be clever now. That's right. Try and charge me. Try and charge me, mate. Stop swinging that thing at me. Ah, the pain. He's so hard to beat. Right, so this is definitely the first time that we've done this boss. We haven't done any grinding in between to kind of level up in order to not get my ass kicked. That didn't happen. We are going into this with all hopes. I still don't know if we beat this, you know. And this is a good thing, though. This is a good thing. This is a good sign of where the game is at. I need to be more cautious here. I'm not hitting the shots I would have wanted. 3 potions down, and I've barely done anything to his health. He just chains too many attacks. That's my problem, right? Like that. I can't. He's actually really rapid at attacking. And that's my last potion. I might actually have to go away, grind, and level. But this is good. This is a good sign for me at the depth of how difficult the game could be. It is you need to go and level kind of situation, which sucks a little bit, but because the leveling system is so poor. Yeah. I'm gonna have to go away and level to beat this motherfucker because he's so difficult. And this is kind of like the first stumbling block that I've had in the game, but I'm genuinely happy about this stumbling block. I know I can get over it. It's just because I think I'm playing such a clunky character of the 3, I don't have the same speed. His attacks just hit a little bit too quick for me, so that I either need to be able to tank them or not. But I am super close now to the recommended. I think maybe just a couple more levels and I should be able to beat it. But nonetheless, that's something I'm going to do off camera. I feel like at this point, I've showcased enough for an introduction to the game and for an introduction for you to start determining what you want to do in terms of your purchase choices. Again, I do not know if this is going to be free. If it is free, definitely wait because the game's due out, but I imagine the price will always be the same on PC. It was about 22 quid or whatever UK. Whatever convert is you. As a Game of Thrones fan and someone, I must admit, who isn't insanely picky, I'm not extremely judgmental as a human being, I am genuinely enjoying this game. I'm going to go and play now for another 5, 6, 7, 8 hours while starting to edit this video. And I'm going to continue to play this game and maybe continue to make some more content on the game and my thoughts, opinions, builds, so on, so forth. There's so much to unlock. There's so many levels to get to and so much to do that I'm excited to continue to do it. And hopefully some of you guys will do it along with me. But thank you very much for the support on this one. If you are playing the game, let me know how you're getting on. If you're new to the game, do we start a clan? Do we do some stuff? Is there some stuff that we can all do together? Who knows? But that's it for now, and I will see you in the next video.